All right, welcome back, friends. As promised, Brian and I are going to attempt to cut, split an entire log truck load of logs we have behind us here using the Dyna Firewood processor. We've never really worked together on it. It's like I've done it and then you've done it, which is kind of a slow process. What I'm told is two guys can do 2 cords an hour plus. So we're going to find out. We've got a time lapse set up. We're not going to do a lot of videoing today because we have to keep going. Brian's job is going to be to keep me fed. And I'm going to try to keep that machine going 100%. So we've got all the equipment fueled up, the saw is sharpened, everything ready, so there shouldn't be anything to slow us down, and we should be able to get after it.
All right.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so what time did we start?
About 10:30 a.m.
10:30, and it's essentially 5 o'clock. We took a half hour for lunch. I talked to Jeremy for a half hour. So how many? I don't do math on video.
Okay, so minus 1 hour. So
yeah, minus 1 hour. How
11, 12, 13.
Bringing up the fingers. That's what
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, so 7 hours. I don't know if that's right or not.
Well,
I'm gonna be really embarrassed if that's way off.
Let's see. So we started at 10:30.
Yeah.
11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. That's 6 and a half minus an hour, so 5 and a half.
Oh, okay, so I'm way off.
Five and a half. Bringing out the fingers here. So 5.5 hours, and that was a log truck load full. And what do you figure you have left? A quarter?
A quarter to maybe a third at the most.
Quarter to a third left. So we were pretty right in figuring 2 guys, and we hadn't worked together. It takes a while to get everything ironed out. 8 hours for a log truck, no problem.
We probably could do that in 8 hours. Yeah.
How many cords do you think that would be?
I mean, that's a really big pile.
It's a huge pile. I was talking to Jeremy, and he was saying log truck. He was thinking between 16 and 20, somewhere in there. I think that probably sounds about right.
I can go with that. I can say that's at least 15 cords.
Yeah. So how was it keeping up? That thing has an insatiable. Is it
Insatiable.
Thank you. Insatiable appetite for wood.
It is kind of tough to keep up with. Some of the stuff was getting put over here. I was getting ahead a little bit for a while, but then the saw went down. I had to change the chain, and then I threw the chain immediately, so I had to stop again. And so, yeah, it's definitely doable, but you don't have a lot of downtime.
Yeah, both of us are hustling, and what was slowed me down a little bit was because our stove has takes pretty small stuff. On some of that bigger stuff, it's probably 2 foot in diameter, pretty close to that red fir. I had to pull it back out and run it back through the processor. So for a normal wood boiler or a big wood stove, those rounds would go in. But I guess if I had, it'd nice to have a 6-way on it. And the other thing would be nice to have some sort of an extension that we could set up temporarily and put full-length logs on.
Yeah.
That would save a lot of time.
Yeah, if you had an extension for the deck there that would just support the end of the log, and you just roll them over, that would be really the way to go.
That would basically eliminate 3/4 of your work of bucking all that stuff.
And just have to take one log at a time, but you'd be able to load them on so much faster.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
This processor is really good. I mean, you can't really know anything until you run it. Run it all day like that. We probably did 10 cords of wood today. It handles everything, even with when you get something that's kind of weird or irregular. Granted, these logs are very symmetrical.
There were a couple wiggly sections I cut out for you.
Okay.
I didn't want to have to, deal with this elbow coming out, but I didn't want you to have to deal with it.
It works really good. It's easy to use. I feel safe using it. It's pretty impressive. Just to address a lot of people say, so what does this thing cost? I don't know. It's probably,
I don't know,
$26,000, something like that, I'm guessing. And we're questioning, how can you justify buying something like this? Well, first off, I didn't buy it. Dinah loaned this to us to use. And it's not for a single homeowner. This is for someone that wants to start a small business. And really, if you figure the half of the price of a brand new truck, you could buy something like this with 2 guys. You could go into the firewood business, and let's say you could do 2 cords an hour. Let's say 15 cords a day. That's a pretty modest investment for getting right into business.
Yeah, it wouldn't be all that long to make that money back, I'm sure.
I wouldn't think so. Yeah, so this isn't, of course, this isn't geared for someone that's just burning their own firewood. You couldn't justify it, but it's geared to someone that wants to start a small business and do something like that. But I think it's really nice. So I haven't seen the time lapse. You would be interesting to see. I put the time lapse on Brian's side on your big log pile, and that melted away.
Watch that shrink.
And then I put a time lapse over here on the wood pile, and so we'll see that. I know we ran out of some batteries. I don't know what we have, but well, Thursday we can finish this up. But I would say when everything's said and done, we'll probably have between 8 and 10 hours. When you say
10 hours max, I'm
split,
sure
split
we'll
on the
have
ground.
this all done.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your help today.
You're welcome.
All right.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys on the next video.